podcast day. Strange Conversations is happening today. Hope everybody is doing well. Let's see, we're going to get this started here. Let me make sure I'm like live. Hang on. I got to pull everything up. Here we go. There it is. Let's make sure we put it on mute. There we go. And we're live. Hope everybody's doing well. It is July 2nd. Oh my God, my hair is in my face and everything. It's July 2nd, folks. How are you? Can you believe it? Tintin, so good to see you. Love seeing everybody treating. Good morning, sunshine. Hi, Robert West. Yes, you caught alive. Hello, Lila. Let's let everybody come on in. Look at, I got my mug. You're going to need a bigger boat. You're going to need a bigger boat. But yeah, sitting here by my little area. Anyway. Hello, Zabados. Welcome in, RJ. Ola from Colorado. Dave Jeffrey in Niagara Falls. Is the sound good? I'm using my mic today because my son is working on projects. We want to make sure we have everything good and covered and stuff like that. Good, good, good. Let's say I turned on subscriber mode only. Yes, I did. Mr. Metalhead, how are you? Oh my God. Is it going to get warm again? Yesterday I spent all day trying to figure out what we're going to do. Oh, I got a little message there. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I got to put it on Do Not Disturb. Hang on. Okay, we good. I had to make sure I did that. I forget. It's always one thing. One more thing. Loud and clear. Perfect. Wonderful. So today's topic, did you guys see it? Did you see what the topic is today? Where do these sayings come from? Okay. If you wanted me to talk, hi, Easy Rider. Good morning, Ambrose. Summer, good to see you. Summer, we got a couple months and then it's fall. You got 2 months, man. Get your stuff going. Hi, JC Droid. How are you? Julian, good to see you. Guys, I do have subscriber mode turned on, so at least hopefully it gives my mods just a little bit of breath, I guess. Because, you know, we are vertical. We do vertical for the podcast. Anyway, so my topic today, where do these sayings come from? You guys know them. They're all these, I don't know, what are they called? Colloquialisms or whatever, but they're sayings, you know, like whatever. There's a million of them, okay? And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today was because I watch a lot of Judge Judy. I know she's up early, right? Right, Mr. Metalhead? Up early. I mean, I do watch a lot of Judge Judy, and like she's got the new show out. We watch it on, I don't know what, we watch it on Prime. I love it how I have my background person telling me we watch it on Prime. By the way, it's a no makeup day. It's going to be warm out. We don't need to melt. Hi, Paul, and all those from Wildwood, New Jersey. Isn't Wildwood where they had that amusement park that was colloquial speaking? Thank you. Colloquial speaking. Yes. Hi, grilling and chilling with Mojo. I like your name, Mojo. Gotta have your mojo. But yeah, so she uses a lot of those phrases, okay? And some of them, I'm like, where does that come from? Robert West, yes, Accident Park. I've heard all about it. Beauty fades, dumb is forever. No, but she says things like, this is not a tea dance. And I'm like, what's a tea dance? Like, for real. She'll say, this is not a tea dance. And then I'm like, what the hell is a tea dance? And it's just like a dance or a tea that was amongst older people, I guess. And I guess her way of saying is, this is not a tea dance, is that we aren't here to socialize, pretty much is what she's saying. You know, good morning, Timothy. And it makes me laugh that she uses them. And she likes certain words like kerfuffle is that is a Judge Judy thing. What a kerfuffle. And I like it because it's so like it sounds from like another time when she's speaking. You know what I mean? And the other one that she says to me, I actually love this phrase just because she goes, that sounds like a lot of who shot John. I'm like, who shot John? Why are we talking about murder? This was about someone's dog, because like, if you guys have not watched Judge Judy, it's basically, she is a judge. She actually sat as a judge. I love the old way of speaking, right, Lila? She was a judge and she sat for many, 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 many moons. Okay. And she's done it. Now she has a new show that's been rebooted where she has her granddaughter with her, Sarah Rose, which I love Sarah Rose. Rose is actually a perfect fit. That is her name because she looks like someone that would be called Sarah Rose. Okay. It's perfect. You actually subscribe to her. She's on freaking YouTube. Stop it. Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind, Tintin. Who shot JR, right? But anyway, the whole phrase of who shot John means that it's a very long-winded explanation and it's like going nowhere. This sounds like a lot of who shot John. And it makes me giggle every single time. Robert West, Jeannie did it. Jeannie did it on Dallas. Yeah, who shot JR? So I was just like, that is so funny. And it got me thinking, like, why do we say certain things? And we still say things to this day. Like, we use them in our language and we don't even know why. We don't even know. We know what it means, but we don't know why does it mean that, and I was like, I don't know what a lot of those things means. And sometimes you don't even know what they mean. So you have to actually understand what and why that was said. Some of the stuff that some people still say to this day, don't say that. Don't say it's not correct. It is not correct. It comes from a very old school way of thinking. I mean, I've gotten caught with it. Joe's got you say it. So I've always told Joe now, especially since we've put ourselves out here in the public, that if you're going to say words, make sure you know what they mean. Okay. Hello, V Pirate. Hello and good morning. I used to work with a bunch of older guides. My parents were much older when they had me, so I heard a lot of all kinds of sayings. Oh my God, Shay, I can only imagine. You should share them. Leave me a comment on some sayings that you guys have heard. Nobody actually knows what they mean. My favorite sayings was from one of the older ladies would always say, now don't tarry. That must be like, don't wait. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, right? Amber's like, who's shaking the lamb's tail? And why the hell are we saying that? The Pirate says, my dad wanting me to clean my room. I want this room shining like a diamond in a goat's ass. What the? Where is anybody getting a diamond out of a goat's behind? Come on. Summer says, I have a habit to Google every saying I hear origin, and they're usually wild origins. Absolutely. I mean, there's just a lot that is like said that way. Oh, cool. That's fine. We can show that one, Julian. I love how it stops it and it's like, do you want to show this? Yeah, we can show that. Do goats bleach? That's a question. I don't want to know. An older guy I worked with said it's pouring like a cow's pissing on a flat rock. He made that one up. Nobody is talking like that. He made that up. V Pirate, he made that shit up. And I use this one. I use this because we all know where this saying comes from. You're going to need a bigger boat. Well, that comes from movies. And that's probably a lot of the stuff. It comes from, I guess, like we didn't really call it pop culture way back in the day, but it comes from pop culture. It comes from things that are around us, I feel, like that's where it starts from. And so like this, you guys can hear my ice tinkling, but like this saying, you're going to need a bigger boat. It's basically saying you're not prepared. This isn't going to work. You know what I mean? It's harder than two fat chicks fighting over a piece of fried chicken. I do like looking into the history of some sayings. I do too, because I want to know if I am possibly going to be offending somebody in the wrong way. And like I said, as we are, Joe and I, especially Joe, because he doesn't look stuff up. As I am like out here in the public eye because of social media, I try to be very aware of the words I'm using. Close but no cigars. Right. Now, V Pirate, I went through a whole list, guys. A whole list. We're going to kind of go through them because I think some of them are funny. But close but no cigar. Like you said, like back in the 1800s, they say that you would hear this if you were like at a carnival and the prizes were a cigar, or a horse race when it was a cigar. You get a cigar. And so they'd say, oh, that was close, but no cigar for you. I didn't know that. What did Din say? I don't know if anyone knows stop hemming and hawing. I've heard that too. Hemming and hawing. I know, don't dick around, poor Dick. The situation thing, Nicola. I don't even know. I don't know. Now, that one, be pirate. I mean, people might say that, but that's a little bit on the edge. Like those, you don't say that. You know, you can't say that. Hey there, C Gem, how are you? Another one, burning the midnight oil. No, we don't. Nobody's burning oil, and nobody has oil at midnight. I don't know. You know, like this is from really, really. Like I don't even know. I mean, that's like really old. Like you'd have to have a hurricane lamp. You know what I mean? It's because they didn't have, you know, electricity, so they'd use oil lamps. Yeah, we all know that. Din. Okay, Adri. I said once, and someone said what I mean. Oh, as Fonzie would say, sit on it, right? See, another thing from pop culture, but nobody says that anymore. Nobody says sit on it because actually, if you were to say that, I think I would be very visual in what you're meaning. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm going to say that as many times. Do you know what I mean? Mean. Everything's got a meaning. You know, jumping on the bandwagon. It says you would use this to describe someone who's only doing something because everyone else is doing it. In the mid 1800s, circuses would go around town before setting up, and bandwagons would lead the parade, and politicians rented them to talk to voters. Back then, the phrase was, don't jump on the opponent's bandwagon, meaning you shouldn't go along with whatever is popular at the time. I had no idea. What is this with the carnivals and the circuses? Why are there so many carnival and circus phrases? Does anybody know that? One of my favorites comes back. I learned from the facts of life. It's turned blue. It's turned blue. What does that mean? Nobody said Fonzie's sayings in the 80s during. No, I'm digging around on YouTube and partially packed. Don't take any wooden nickels. My grandma told me once she thought a guy's tie was tied too tight. I have heard that. Yeah, it's tied too tight. It's a little uncomfortable. And there are people who still didn't have electricity into the 2000s, so it's still really. I guess you're right. I mean, in certain countries, you wouldn't have that. True. Carney, small hand. I don't know. I'm very polarized. I don't believe people want to offend me. I don't believe people want to. No, the people don't, but they don't know where the words come from or what the genesis of that saying was. You know what I mean? And sometimes when I speak, people look at me like I have like a third eye here, and I don't know, I got five. They're like, what are you talking about? Sit and spin. Yeah, right. One card short of a full deck, right? Another one was get off your high horse. Cars weren't always around, and horses were used to be the best form of transportation. Owning a horse was a sign that you were part of the upper class. The phrase get off your high horse is asking the uppity horse owner to jump off their horse and humble themselves, and therefore lose entitlement. Really? Really? What did we pirate? Oh, wait. What did you say there? A French fry short of a Happy Meal. Yeah, that is totally pop culture, right? You're wound up tighter than a yo-yo was your dad's favorite saying. Really? Do you remember playing with a yo-yo? I don't think people like nowadays would have a clue. That would be such a niche kind of hobby that there's probably a club so that they can learn how to do all the little things. The yo-yo. Remember the yo-yo? I remember the yo-yo. I couldn't do anything. I barely could yo it, beyond anything else. You know what I'm saying? Oh, one I heard a lot. You want to cry? I'll give you something. Yeah. Yeah. That, I don't know if that's really a saying or you're a dumb bunny. Yeah, they would say stuff like that. Hey there, Christopher Dotson. How are you? Eat your dinner, be happy. There's starving kids in Africa. People would always say that. They're starving people everywhere, and they're not getting my food. So I don't understand that. That to me was so dumb. And I would be the child that would be like, are you going to, and I would say this, I'd be like, so you're sending my food to them? It didn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It didn't make any sense to me when people would say that. There's starving children in Africa. Well, they're not going to get my food. It's not going to be good for them until it gets. How is that related? That doesn't even make any sense. So you put too much on my plate. I don't like liver. Why were people serving children liver? Come on, kids don't want to eat that. Why would you make that dinner? Because you liked it? I am starving for dragon fruit Slurpee Ambrose. I am. I can't believe that they didn't have the machines working. That was really annoying, by the way. That was so annoying that it wasn't even working. It was like, come on, man. Come on. Give me a break. You guys are funny. This isn't my first rodeo. Yeah. Or you want to get height? What does that mean? I like that this isn't my first rodeo. Mad as a Hatter. Well, that's from Alice in Wonderland. You know, he's based on a real issue that was common with Hatter. What? Wait a minute. He is based on a real issue that was common with hatters in the 17th and 18th centuries. A side effect of making felt hats was often mercury poisoning, which can cause issues that leads you to go insane. What? Yo, did you know that? Did you know that? That the hatters were crazy because they had mercury poisoning? What? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. They're trying to make a felt hat because they had to use fur felt. And to do it, they had to use mercury. Therefore, they were poisoning themselves so that everybody could have beautiful hats. Yo. Cold turkey, elephant in a room. It ain't gonna elephant in it ain't gonna elephant in the room. The elephant in the room. If you think about that, it's actually kind of funny. Like there's a giant elephant, but nobody's looking at it. Right? Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why I like to search for stuff like this. Hi there, Tanya. How are you? Hi, Rachel. I'm so glad to see everybody coming in today. We do have it on subscriber only mode. So if you guys are joining in and you want to chit chat with us, great. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button. Then if you really like it, hit the notification bell. You'll know when I go live, guys. Okay, cool. Okay, that was a little housekeeping. Take it with a grain of salt. This phrase is one of the oldest origin stories on the list, originally seen in 77 AD. What? This phrase wasn't made popular until the 17th century. It was thought that a grain of salt would help digestion and could also be an effective antidote for poison. Nowadays, the phrase means to avoid taking things literally and approach things with a little bit of skepticism. What? How did that relate? Chew with your mouth shut. What are you, farm animal? Yeah. I don't know if that's actually like a phrase, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like something. I mean, I guess it is. But really? It was because, but then you know what? Doesn't the Italians have like those salt things that they use for indigestion? What are those? Do you guys go into like the Hi Mama Terry, my late mother's mantra? If you don't watch your figure, no one else will. Oh my God. Well, that would give everybody a freaking paranoia. We can flush that one. I don't care. Watch my figure. My figure is whatever my figure is at the moment. I can't with that one. The big started with by big sodium, right? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It has a crazy origin. Really? Okay, now I'm going to have to look that one up. Hunky dory, madder than a wet hen. I can't believe that Mad Hatter thing. Hi, Michelle Wadler. Good to see you. Hi, Network. Good to see you. Swear to God. The grain of salt thing, though. But don't they have those things, those like if you go into any older like Italian store for food stores, they always have those things. Is it like bicarbonate or whatever? I don't know what it is. I've never bought it. You know what I'm talking about? It's like the jar, and it's got all these little white I don't know. They look like crystals, but they're not crystals. It's like calcium. I don't know what the hell it is. I always love dad dirty or dark jokes. Oh my God. Let's not go too crazy. We are in public here. Let's not show the underwear. Okay. What is it? Bromo seltzer? What is that? I don't even know what the hell that is. I don't know. Anyway, let's go to the next one. We're going to see the next one. Dress to the nines. In the 18th century, if you wanted a suit, you had to have one made. Dress to the nines refers to 9 yards of fabric. Really, it took to make a whole suit, including the vest and jacket. Today, it just means someone is dressed really fancy. Good morning, Gambling Granny. How are you? Good to see you, hon. God, Gambling Granny's got a great channel, guys. Check her out. Bicarbonate, used for upset stomach. That's what that is. What is it? Is it got sodium in it? I don't know. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? Dress to the nines meant because it used 9 yards of fabric to make the suit. Well, how much damn fabric did it take to make a dress? Did you remember those dresses back then? That had to take 12 yards of fabric, at least. A lot of ruffles. A lot of ruffles and hoop skirts and stuff. I don't know. Who knew, right? Who knew? Anyway, and let's see here. It was a secret unanimous. Okay. You'd recognize this phrase when it's used to describe someone who is blackballed from Hollywood. It means there was a secret unanimous vote to reject a particular person. I actually think that actually has darker history, but I'm not sure. It's not on this list. At the drop of a hat. If you do something at the drop of a hat, it means you acted without delay or good reason. However, in the 1800s, it was to signal the start of a race. A hat was thrown in the air, and when it dropped to the ground, that was the sign to take off. Really? That's how they did it? Well, I guess if you think back, even if you think back to like the movie Grease, it was when she dropped the scarf, like her little handkerchief, took her scarf, and then she dropped it. That meant to start. So I guess it's the same thing. I did not know that. Hi, Lizzie Hatch. Good to see you. Today's your birthday. Okay, I've got to pause. Everybody, please, everybody here, let's wish Lizzie Hatch a most happy, beautiful birthday today on July 2nd. Happy birthday, hon. Hope everything for this year is great. Well wishes, all that. Hi, Xenoxes. Is that what he's called? Xenox? How are you doing? Thank you. That's really interesting. Drop of the hat. I didn't know that. Pulling out all the stops. This phrase means you're trying everything you can and give your best effort. It became popular in the late 19th century after organ players would remove the stops from every pipe on an organ. This would allow the organist to play at the highest possible volume. Who would know that? Who would know that? I wouldn't know that. Why would that even be? How would you even know? How did that get out, like, and turn into a phrase? You know what I mean? Like, that's because it was an organist that wanted to play really loud. And so they pulled out the stops. And so now it means going all out for everything, going full tilt. Full tilt. That's another. Look, I just used one right there, going full tilt. Full tilt. That has to deal with a pinball machine and stuff. When you would tilt it, you just go banging on it, See how they seep into our language every single day? Every single, it just kind of goes, it's in there. It's in there. We put those, and I would love to wonder how many of them people use every day. Like if you sat there and just counted, right? How many do they use? Lots of who knows. I know, right, CJ? I think this is kind of interesting. This is just me. I'm a little wacky like this. Hi, Robert's live streaming Holland. How are you? I'm a little nervous. Holland has to play in 15 minutes, and everyone in Holland is orange. Well, good luck to your team out there. I hope they win their football game. I'm assuming it's football. Where do you think balls to the walls came from? I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I wonder if people knew when they said something one time it would be I don't know. Like, it had to be done a lot. Like pulling out all the stops. That had to be something that was done. Well, then why have stops? You know what I mean? That had to be done consistently and stuff, right? Even though vertical doesn't make it. I know verticals don't make it easy. If you guys want to hit the thumbs up, do yourselves a favor, hit the little thing. You got to shrink the chat down, and then you can hit the thumbs up. Okay, guys. I know it doesn't make it totally easy, but you can do it. And by the way, if you guys are looking for any of my links, such as to my memberships, to my Facebook, to my Instagram, to my email, all of that stuff, when Nightbot does drop, one of their little things that says it goes to my link tree. Use the links right there. It'll pop up and whenever it wants to. But it's there. It's there. You can find it. Anyway, put your best foot forward. We know that this phrase means to try your best and show others the best version of yourself. The first recorded use of this phrase comes from 1613. That's damn old. And it says the phrase was originally used to instruct gentlemen to put their best foot forward when taking a bow so they wouldn't fall over. Oh, there's Nightbot. So they wouldn't fall over. So they had a good foot and a bad foot because they were lame. So when they would take a bow, they wouldn't tip over. I guess if you put your bad foot forward, you would tip over in front of the queen? Probably. I guess. What is this message? I always have to look. I don't know. What does it say? Sweating like a whore in church. Yes, sweating like a whore in church. I say that sometimes. I know, even though the whore is welcome in church. Hey, Ange and everyone, I'm supposed to be working. Mrs. Metalhead, what are you doing? I can't. Oh my God. Shakespeare originated the Yo Mama joke in his play. Titus and Drawn. Wait, one of the characters, I got to look it on here. Let's see. Where is that? No, I got to scroll. I got to scroll that. Oh my God. Where is it? Thou has undone our mother, to which another character, Aaron, replies. Okay, that's further down. Diana Gonzalez says, I always say to my kids, I'm a couple fries short of a Happy Meal. We do. Or it's like I'm a bottle, I don't know, like a couple cards short of a deck. Sweating like a sinner in church. Isn't that funny? Sober as a judge, but the judges weren't sober. Oh my God. Okay. This one, hair of the dog that bit you. Do we even, hair of the dog that bit you? This is a popular term for a hangover cure that means that you should try drinking some of what you had last night to get rid of the sick feeling, which is a bad idea. The original phrase is from medieval times and is actually about rabid dogs. The idea was that applying hair from the dog that bit you to the wound would make it heal quickly. Oh my God. Thank goodness that we do not live in the medieval times. We would have all died. I can't believe they thought that applying the hair from some mangy rabid dog would actually cure you if you were bit by it. I can't. For real. Hair of the dog that bit you, I imagine, would be back to fork. No, it actually is back because that's what they thought. But medieval medicine was not medicine. Medieval medicine was about a lot of witchcraft and crazy. You know what I mean? How about the typical ones we all hear? Step up to the plate, touch base. Yeah, it's all baseball related. Barking up the wrong tree. What about bite me? I never really. Well, I don't know if that's a phrase. That's just like another way of saying F. Yeah. Apple of my eye. Today, the apple is something that you cherish above everything else, whereas it used to just refer to the pupil of your eye. King Alfred of Wessex used this phrase for the first time in 885 AD in Gregory's Pastor. I don't care. That sounds dumb. Who cares? That doesn't make any sense. Talk to the hand. Well, we all know what that means. We just put our hands up. Keep talking to my hand. Keep talking to my hand. A baker's dozen. Well, we all know that a baker's dozen was 13. I mean, do you guys know that? A baker's dozen is 13. Why is it 13? Did you know a baker's dozen has 13 units instead of 12? This is because of cruel laws that would have bakers be fined or flogged for what? For selling underweight bread. To avoid this, bakers would give an extra loaf of bread to avoid being accused of shorting people. Whoa! Come on. That's crazy. That's like some harsh ass laws. They need to get on this with like McDonald's and all the restaurants and all the places that say it's a quarter pound burger or whatever the hell. I swear to God, because you get your burger and it's supposed to be like a half-pound burger, and you're coming out and you're like, this thing looks like a damn White Castle. What are you talking about? What from the medieval times would you bring back? I don't know, but the flogging for some, I was shorted. I was cheated. I needed more bread. I'm sorry, ma'am, you're keto. You get nothing. Come on. That is insane. I was cheated for the bread. Flog the baker. Isn't that insane? So they decided, we're just going to give you some extra bread, because it's like, okay, you bought 12 bagels. One bagel was a little shy. One bagel was a little half. Here's an extra bagel. Take the cinnamon raisin bagel. Take it. Trust me, take it. I don't feel like the flogging today. Stop. Oh my God, that is insane. I can't. Oh my God. The old ball and chain. Nobody uses that phrase anymore. Who says that, the ball and chain? If somebody says the ball and chain, I'm ready to beat someone. Give me a break. The ball and chain is a weighted device used to keep prisoners from running away. These tools were common in the 19th century, which is when the phrase came about. It's a rather rude way to refer to someone's wife and doesn't actually have anything to do with being in jail. Of course, people are just like, oh, you holding me back because I got my ball and chain on. Sometimes you need a ball and chain, I guess. I don't know. Baker gets to try it and still have a dozen. I know. I can't. I'm still flabbergasted by the baker's dozen and why they did that. That to me is crazy. That's what Fafo calls you, the ball and chain. Listen, I'm the best thing that happened to my husband. And he's the best thing that happened to me. I'm not going to say that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, before everybody gets up there, she's so mean to Joe. Listen, if you had to deal with Joe and his delicate floweriness all the time, you guys have seen it on the live streams. It's like, oh, I'm going to get you. I would have grabbed you by your little neck and go, argh! But then I love you. Make me crazy. They still say it. Oh my God. I would. Well, thank you. I feel a little like guys, this is the tan, and this is what I'm talking about. And I get red here. I wear sunglasses, so as you see, we got the reverse raccoon going on. So what happens is I have to get different colored foundation, because if I put it on now, my color, it's kabuki makeup. The one old time word I hate is the word broad. Broad. Yeah. Why? Why is it called broad? Because we broad up here? I don't understand. Hi, Vivian. How are you? S. Fields, good to see you. Did you hear about King Arthur's Knight who likes to put things in credit? It was surcharge. The pirate, that was kind of funny. Okay. You guys are the yin to each other's yang, but with love and it comes annoyance. It does. Come on, we've been together for a really freaking long time. Really long. Like, really long. Okay, Barking Mad. This one has two interesting origin tales, so we'll just let you pick your favorite. That's what they said. The most likely meaning is a reference to rabid dogs who won't stop barking in their frenzy, and the cooler story originates from East London's suburb, Barking, where an insane asylum was located in medieval times. There's a place called Barking in East London. Is there a place? Was there an insane asylum? I can't check that, and I don't feel like Googling it. Frog in your throat. Okay, that's an interesting one, because who the hell's got a frog in their throat? I won't even eat the damn frog legs. You'd recognize this phrase as a way to say that you have a sore throat or messed up vocal cords. However, in the late 19th century, it was actually a reference to a cure for sore throats. Frog in your throat lozenges were simply a branded cough drop that got turned into a well-known phrase. Seriously? There was a branded cough. I want to see that packaging. Frog in your throat. That was a brand of cough drops. I want to see it. I want to see the packaging. I want to see how they sold it. What did you say? When Dom says he's packed, as I look at clothes of his that needs to be packed. I know. Miss Piggy has a lot of that. I know. I can't. but it's a brand. That's really weird, right? That's kind of weird. It was a brand. I want to see the packaging. Somebody find it for me. Show me it. Throw me a link on my comments. If you guys find it, throw me a link. If you're in my Discord, by the way, if you are in my Discord, you can share photos and little funny memes and GIFs and all that silliness in there. If you are a member, there is a link on the Joanne community page for this channel. You guys can find it. Find the links, get in there, say hey, tell us who you are, because I know memes don't always match. Hi there, Walt Money, good to see you. There was something, Boudreaux's butt paste is still there. It's still there. I've seen it. Be Pirate, they still sell it. I've seen it all over the place. People talk about it all the time. Swear to God. Swear. Fly off the handle. Fly off the handle. Thomas C. Halliburton was an American writer who coined this phrase in the mid-1800s, along with won't take no for an answer and ginger up. This phrase comes from the way an axe head would literally fly off the handle if it's loose and you swing too hard. To me, it means someone who's overreacted, and usually in anger. Wow. So it's like when the axe would actually fly off its handle. That's damn dangerous. I don't like using axes. Like they actually have places here where you can go throw axes. Could you imagine us going to some place where we could throw axes? That's danger. I won't do it. Joe was in Boy Scouts. Josh was in Boy Scouts. Joe made it to Eagle Scout. They did a whole summer camp thing or something like that. They went on a camp out somewhere. And one of the kids, one of their training was to get their card, their chip card, or I don't know what the hell it is. It has to do with handling an axe and chopping wood. Okay? I don't know if any of you guys were Boy Scouts in here, but there is some kind of card you have to get for chopping wood and stuff. And you always wanted the card full, and if you ever messed up, they'd take a little corner off. Okay, I don't know. This is just a little story time. What happened is one of the kids, and this is what gets me crazy, is you're letting these kids that are, I don't know, totem chip award. Thank you. That's what it was. But they're I don't know, maybe the kid is maybe a total of 60 pounds, and he's trying to swing an axe. And the axe is heavy, and he's never swung an axe. And you're trying to tell him what he did. And he basically swung the axe into his shoe. Yeah. We don't need no axes. No axe. No axe. Yeah, Joe, it's seared in Joe's memory. He's like, yeah, that was crazy. Had to rush him to the hospital. Oh, my God. Yeah, no axes. We are not flying off the handle. No flying off the handle, no axes. Okay. Oh, it's crazy. Let's see. Goody two shoes. Okay, goody two shoes. This phrase comes from a Christianized retelling of the classic Cinderella story, the history of little goody two shoes. It's a story. A poor orphan only has one shoe and is given two shoes as a reward for her virtue by a rich man. For us in today's world, a goody two shoes is someone who's so nice and well behaved that it's annoying. That ain't me. I'm not nice, I'm nice, but I'm not always well behaved. Okay, that sounded really bad. Why do we hate goody two shoes? Because they're too perfect. They're always perfect. Nobody is perfect. Hi, Tammany. Good to see you. I hope everybody's doing really well today. So we got 67 people in the house. Yeah. I know. I said it wrong, but you know what I mean. I heard there's a website for orphans, but it doesn't have a homepage. Oh my God, be pirate. I had to think about that. I can't. Go down like a lead balloon. You like a lead balloon. I have the next 3 days off. Tammany, oh my God, that is glorious. You enjoy. Damn, that is glorious. Do Boy Scouts sell something equivalent to cookies? Yes, they do. They sell wreaths. They sell wreaths or they sell popcorn. It's not on the same level as the Girl Scout cookies because everybody loves a damn cookie. And I honestly do believe that the Boy Scouts, they're upset. I think they're upset. You met Bono's son last week in Omaha, of all places. That's really wild. Yeah, they sell popcorn. They'd be like, why the frick do we get popcorn? Nobody needs to buy the popcorn. The popcorn we can make. Popcorn is cheap. We don't need to buy your popcorn. Cookies that are with coconut and caramel and chocolate. Yeah, we can't make that. Popcorn? Popcorn is corn, and you put it on the stove, and it's popcorn. You know, you heard they sell nothing beats freezer thin mint. Nothing does beat those freezer thin mints. There's thin mint everything. And now the Girl Scouts are getting upset because like other people are making things that taste like thin mints. It's not that difficult, people. It's not like you're making an atom or you're curing cancer or anything like that. You made a cookie and everybody has those cookies and we can all do it. It's not that hard to discern what's in it. Calm down, Girl Scouts. All right, go down like, here's another one. Go down like a lead balloon. In the present day, this phrase means that something was poorly received and didn't go over well. The saying came from the U.S. newspapers in the early 20th century and was inspired by hot air balloons that were made of lead. These balloons quickly sank, making them pretty useless. What? I don't even know. Why were people hidden? I think people are getting hidden accidentally. Let me double check. Oh, I don't know. It must have been accidentally hidden. I don't know how to unhide it. Okay. You guys, it was unhidden. Okay, thank you. I'm like going, was it unhidden? Trying to figure it out, guys. I see things happening. And I'm like, what? I know it's hard. You drop your phone. I have fat fingers too. That's why I'm like a lazy mod because I know I'm always going to be touching the wrong thing. Didn't know that. Okay, go. Let's see. Saved by the Bell. No, this phrase didn't come from the amazing 90s sitcom. It doesn't even originally have anything to do with school. This saying came out of the late 19th century as boxing slang. It refers to a boxer who is in danger of losing the round, but is saved from losing by the bell making the end of the round. Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I like it when the things make sense. You know, that makes sense. Basket case means stressed out, unable to cope, real world. In World War I, tragically, many soldiers lost limbs and had to be carried. They were put in makeshift baskets. Oh my God. That's terrible. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, chow down. Chow down. Okay, there we are. My screen looked like it was frozen. Now we're unfrozen. Thank God. Thank God. Chow down. Last one. This is the last one, guys. You know, we always try to keep it under an hour for these. Chow down. The origin of this phrase is a little sad. It was first used by the U.S. military during World War II and was a distasteful slang term for food and came from the Chinese reputation for eating dog meat. A chow is, oh my God. I'm not going to say that anymore. That is so bad. For real. I can't. You can't. That's what I'm saying. You have to read like why these things happen and why they're being said. Today, the phrase just means to eat up and enjoy the meal. But when I find that things like that happen and the origins of it are very derogatory or slightly racist or something like that, I'm like, okay, stricken. Now that I know where it came from, we're not using it. That's what I'm talking about. Joe used to say this a certain phrase a lot. And I had to say, Joe, you can't say that phrase. And he goes, why not? I thought it meant like a deck of cards. And I'm like, no, that's not what it meant. So there's a lot of fact checking in the background that happens. A lot of it. A lot of it. Anyway, guys, just wanted to come in today, do a little bit of chit chat with you guys, talk about these silly little phrases that happen. Let me make sure I'm not frozen. Nope, I'm not frozen. Because it did freeze one time, you know, and just talk about it. Because I was watching Judge Judy and she says, who shot John? And that's how I went down the rabbit hole. Oh my God, the rabbit hole is also another phrase I just say all the time. I always go down the rabbit hole, which is a reference to Alice in Wonderland. I wonder what it would be like if we really didn't use these phrases. Like, what would that conversation be like? Would it be really boring? Because we use a lot of them. In our way to communicate, is a lot of different references to different things that have happened in the past that we don't even know about, or they're in a future, such as this one, and you're going to need a bigger boat. You know what I mean? We use a lot of those phrases in our language. I think one thing we should always do and try to do, we can't always do it, because always and never, very dangerous words. I've said that all the time. Joe says it all the time. Don't overuse always and never, because always, never, you're going to get yourself caught. Anyway, you guys, this was Strange Conversations. I hoped you enjoyed it today. It was a fun one. I liked it. You guys leave me your strange little sayings that you guys have said, what the meaning is from behind it. Don't just leave this phrase. Look it up and tell me where it came from. Leave me that comment. That's what I want to know. Look up your phrase that you like to say and find out what is the origin of it. What's the genesis of that? Even if it has nothing to do with the end product, I want to know. That way we can all share in the knowledge, don't you think? Anyway, Strange Conversations. You guys check me out next Tuesday. We'll have another one. There's something new on the channel every single day. I want to thank everybody for being here, all my Yo Club members, all the subscribers, and all those who haven't yet. Join us. It's a lot of fun here with the Yo Club. All right, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.